The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Inquisitor Trevelyan, we meet at last. I've heard so much about you. Bringing the rebel mages into the ranks of your army was a brilliant move. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
I can see many benefits to such an alliance.
Keep the image firmly in mind. We may see it materialize by the end of the evening. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Duke Gaspard. I look forward to ending this civil war.
As do I, my friend. The Empire needs stability. If you have the safety of the Orlesian people at heart, Inquisitor, perhaps this elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends... My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
If they're siding with the...
I detest the game. But if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
What? Emartia? Don't be absurd.
One of the Trevelyan's, I've heard.
Pardon me, my lady. Have you seen a ring anywhere? It was a gift from the Comtesse Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go. She will never... Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are... Enjoy the party. It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Do you mind? We don't wish to be disturbed. Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Is it true the Inquisitor was headed out to the fate by Andraste?
Where has that servant gone? Elves. Will surely- Are all the Delon things here?
Maker, I hope not.
Lady Nightingale gives me nice.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I'm sure you know how to handle most nobility, but the game is nothing like the Free March's intrigues. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
I'll keep my guard up. Don't worry.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer staring down Corypheus.
It might be a good idea for the others to hear this warning.
I'll have a few discreet words. Everything will be fine. Andraste, watch over us all. I wish there was more news coming from the Grand Cathedral.
So this is just the winter
becoming
palace.
an increasingly
What's the
rare
summer one
commodity.
look like, I wonder?
Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground,
This guy writes better fiction than I do.
champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, renowned author Beric Dethris. Head of noble house Dethris, Desher of Kirkwall to the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Lord Dorian Pavus, member of the Circle of Varantium, son of Lord Magister Hallwood Pavus of Azariel. Warden Blackwall of Valchevan, Constable of the Grey, bearer of the silver-right wings of valor, Sir Callum Stanton Rutherford of Honleaf, Commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall, Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and Left Hand of the Divine, and Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I am delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I have no words to suffice. Halam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment. Tell me that, how are Mama? Are they in good health? Do they not?
Can you believe the Inquisition feel its ranks with apostates?
Mother is the same as Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her?
If I have to clean up another puddle...
Inquisitor, please allow me.
Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
Those stories...
Oh, how dull Redcliffe must have been then.
Have you heard from your nephew? Not since his...
I heard Celine was having the entire wing redecorated.
Why would she do such a thing now?
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating.
Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better.
Laurent was the love of my life. Remember my husband?
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace without war?
Is that her?
The only one to survive the Temple of Sacred Ashes, yes.
Are all the Delancers here?
Are you happy to see me at all, Josie?
It may not have been wise to attend this.
It's been too long since I've had any word from
I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have hungered there on I heard the Inquisition was here.
You're too gullible.
I still remember the day they came to tell me that my second husband, Philippe, was thrown from his horse.
I don't like that Grand Duke. Nobody should own as many hunting dogs as he does.
Don't I know you from somewhere? Huh. Lord Rudal de Langres, I've seen you in his company before, no?
I don't think we've met, my lord. I'm just a Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden? Odd. Your face is so familiar. Around the eyes, especially. Perhaps without that beard? More wine. It will come to me.
I'm ready for anything. Just give the word.
Make sure you save at least one dance for me.
All of them.
I should look around.
Leave us.
Interesting.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Interesting.
Gaspard is... You don't want to be here, stranger.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briala we have a situation.
Does anyone really think...
Did you hear what Gaspard said to you?
Well, well. What's this?
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
I'm always honored.
Oh, she is the honored.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Arab.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
That's a general...
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition...
She looks forward to...
As soon as Gaspard is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy.
Just gossip.
This is all so familiar. I half expect my mother to materialize from the crowd and criticize my manners.
What if your mother were actually...
Short one mage after he's dragged out by his ear.
I'm having difficulty picturing...
Picture me a young boy of 5 years, then. She certainly always has.
Try not to get too drunk while I...
You ask...
Have a report on the case.
Interesting.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all.
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharply?
With so much fighting, demand should... Who does Orzammar favor in the negotiations tonight?
In hopes the trade in foodstuffs will resume quickly.
Interesting.
Get these pastries out to the
Gaspard
diplomats.
is wasting his time.
Be careful with that trade.
Carry them all.
Leave us.
Get these pastries out to
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of...
Well, well, here as a guest of my nephew. No. What else should he do with his life? My niece... It's war.
The Dowager is upset about the soup.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard.
Awfully selfish of this Philippe.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk it the night of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the... Thank you for listening to me rant.
I heard the
Did you
Inquisition
hear
here.
what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming
Does anyone
about?
really think the war will end tonight?
I didn't expect the Inquisitor to be so delightful.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over...
Boring.
You are an interest. You have quite the silver tongue, Inquisitor. I do hope you put it... Too few...
Look at Lady Cambien's slippers. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom.
There's a Devinter assassin on the loose and you're
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambien's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title. So, how did Cambien acquire such a grand shoe? These are all useful questions, no? If you find more...
Inquisitor, the sooner we track down this infiltrate...
Are all the Delancers here?
Maker, I hope not. I've an idea, Josephine. You should invite all the family to Sky. Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the faith by untrust?
Good to know.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Guitars could win
Well, that's useful. Waste of time.
Are we ready to make our move?
Leave us. Leave us.
Any word from our contacts in the royal wing? Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council.
Inquisitor, are you? I am Lady Marcelette. Court, I am even if.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Get these pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many. I can't carry them all.
Is it true the Inquisitor was allied out of the Fade by Andraste?
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Herod.
Well, that's useful.
Does anyone have a report on the casualties in the Dales?
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Herod.
Should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Leave us.
Just gossip.
win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
Get these pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many.
Maximilian swept me off my feet. It was such a
Ugh.
scandal. A fourth
So many
marriage
crimes of
to a
fashion.
man almost half my age.
Galida Tsuri.
Are all the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
To the Imperial Court.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Is it true the Inquisitor was lead out of the faith by Andraste?
Waste of time.
How long can Orzammar hold out to trade this route?
We have reserved the cruise to last a few months, but the king wants trade resumed.
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom. Boring. That would be the second bell. Fashionably late now.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
I'm here on important business.
As am I. I am Morrigan. Some call... You have been... Perhaps you and I hunt the same... prey.
I hope so.
A sentiment I share.
Recent event.
Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these... So I offer you this, Inquisitor. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough. For the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
What's your interest in
If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they... There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now.
Why did you kill the agent?
I would not have slain the man on sight had he not attacked. Why? Undoubtedly, I caught him in an illicit... I did not know from whence he came until after the battle, and regret only that I could not cap... What intentions the Imperium has here, I suspect you know far better than I.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servant.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears. Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Was that Inquisition officer over there? You'll never get to talk to him. He would have given...
My dear Maximilian, it took 4 chevaliers to hunt down the
So many crimes of...
him. Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
The game, of
Inquisitor,
course. Celine
to what
has
do we
something
owe
up her
this?
sleeve.
We are always... Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present. And she throws the best.
Perhaps you could tell me
And of course, she doesn't care much for liver, and
I'd like to know more about the negotiation.
The ball is an opportunity. She is an...
The war must end tonight. We must...
My investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns the Grand Duke. He's made a lot of threats.
The Grand Duke is all...
Very loud talk. Accompanied... He has never had any skill at the game.
And... Inquisitor Trevelyan. Slumming even more than you. You've charmed some of the nobles. We'll see how long you can keep their favor. What brings you to me?
I want to know more.
However sorely it may be needed.
I want to know more about the peace talks.
I'm good at what I do. But we've gone us. We had a falling out. Now we're... An elf assassinating the Empress?
You might be interested in what I've found. It's about you, actually. You murdered negotiators.
In Orlesian politics, Inquisitor, murder and intrigue barely count as... If that shocked you, wait until Celine shows her hand. Of course they are. I'd be a poor spy master if I did.
My friend, come in. You've been busily charming the court, I see. They gave the crown to her, and while it...
Just what are you claiming? Her crown or her head?
If Celine loses her head, it will not be my doing. I want my empire. I do not wish harm on my cousin, but I would not weep